Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live on WBON TV Channel 9 and on radio at V99.3, Sports Radio 103.5 and Y92.5. Support your favorite local teams and enjoy the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Also brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair, Nuevo Vallarta, and the law offices of Patrick O'Neill. Now let's go live to your hosts, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. I'm Samantha Burford, here tonight on this very cold evening here in Richmond, Kentucky. We're at Jack Burford Chevrolet, where we host our show every Monday night. Michael Watkins will be with me shortly. As I mentioned last week, he is coaching his son's 5-year-old basketball team. So it ends a little around 6 o'clock. So he rushes from there to get here. So hopefully he won't get a speeding ticket on his way. Knowing his luck, he probably would. But we are going to kick off the show tonight, or I'm going to kick off the show tonight, talking about EKU basketball. They had a big win on Saturday, and so excited about that win because they've not had the best of luck here lately. Just want to read the press release that they've sent out. So then we're going to have their press conference video. But here we go. Let's start into EKU basketball. Eastern Kentucky University put on a defensive clinic, forcing 26 steals and 122-67 victory over Indiana University East on Saturday at Baptist Health Arena. Redshirt freshman Jaden Harris added a late first-half spark, scoring 6 straight points. He knocked down a three-pointer from the right corner and then threw down a dunk in the lane to give EKU a 45-26 lead. Cranford's putback following a Myrick steal stretched the margin to 21 as the Colonels took a 52-31 lead into the locker room at halftime. The Colonels are 2-7. They shot 46% in the opening period and hit 6 3-pointers. EKU's defensive pressure produced 15 steals, leading to 28 points off turnovers. That's incredible. A deep three-pointer from Mason Miles with 48 seconds remaining gave the Colonels their largest lead of the night at 57 points, 120-63. Ball led EKU with 20 points to go along with 8 rebounds, 4 steals, and 2 3-pointers. Cranford added 18 points on 3 of 6 shooting from deep and collected 5 steals. Myrick filled the stat sheet with 10 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. Harris recorded a career-high 16 points with 7 rebounds and 5 steals. EKU shot 49% from the field and 36. They were 16 of 44 from three-point range for the game. The Colonels hit the road to Charleston, Illinois to face Eastern Illinois on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And following their win on Saturday, Coach A.W. Hamilton and the players, Austin Ball and Montavious Myrick, answered questions from selected kids, this is pretty cool, who were chosen to take part in the press conference as part of the Kids' Day at the game. And we have this video package with all those interviews right now.
So I'm really proud of our guys. We forced 31 turnovers. We have 26 steals, 24 assists, and 22 offensive rebounds. So I loved our effort. Our defense broke the game open. I thought Austin Ball gave us a huge lift in the first half when we really needed it. He did some really good things. I thought he did a good job cutting, which we've been really emphasizing that. And KB, we got to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. We got to find ways to get into the paint so we can get more rhythm shots. But, this was a good game for us. Look, it's been a tough stretch. We've played a very challenging schedule. We've had a lot of different things happen to us, and that's okay. It's part of growing. I told the guys yesterday, adversity gives you a chance to really learn. And it really gives you an opportunity to learn faster sometimes than maybe you want. And it's not always about getting through it. It's about just putting your head down and learning as much as you possibly can. And our guys have done a really good job. I'm really proud of them.
Talk a little bit about Mason Miles and what it means for a guy who comes to practice every day to get in and get some points.
That was literally the highlight of my night. It really was, because I love Mason Miles. He is the best teammate we have. He's the biggest cheerleader on the bench. He's the most positive kid that we have in our program. He joined our program this summer, and he had a phenomenal summer. And then he had a concussion early this fall, and he was out for about 6 weeks. And so to watch him come through and get through that and do what he did tonight was pretty special. And then all the kids after the game gave him the belt, and it was fun. It was pretty magical in the locker room.
You guys have questions?
How do you feel about this game transitioning into the next game?
I think this is going to really help us. It's like anything. You get out. A lot of the guys are feeling really good about themselves. We needed a confidence booster. A lot of guys saw some balls go in, saw some shots go in. We had a lot of success in the stuff that we do at Eastern Kentucky. We're a pressing team, we're a running team. We really emphasize sharing the basketball. So we'll gain a lot from this. That'll help us in our next game. Great question.
Do you think that your fans actually encourage your players to play better?
I think we have the best fans in the country. I really do. And people will listen to this and be like, "Oh, every coach says that." No, we really do. And our fans always show up for us. Whether it's a fundraiser, it's different things that we do in the community. They always show up for us. They're always so positive. And our players feel that, and they feed off that. We've led our league in attendance 2 years in a row, and that's the first time in program history that's ever happened. And so that's pretty special. So our fans, I couldn't be more thankful. And more thankful for you guys for coming, because we had some fun, didn't we? That was fun.
What is your favorite post-game meal?
Oh, we got Qdoba in there tonight. I like Qdoba, but I wanted some Gillums, to be honest. That's what I really wanted. I wanted some Gillums and a Gillums pizza, or maybe an Opalo's pizza, but that's a great question. But I guess today I'm going to eat Qdoba.
But did they have your favorite food?
I'm pretty simple. My favorite food is probably steak. I love a good lobster tail, and then I'm a pizza guy. I mean, Little Caesars, Papa John's, Apollo's, Gillums. I'm a pretty simple guy. What's your favorite food?
I would say pizza. I really like pizza, and I love Giovanni's the best.
Well, Giovanni's is good. I take my kids there to Giovanni's. They love Giovanni's. The buffet, it's so fun, isn't it? And you know what they got that the parents that we like? They got a good salad. You don't like probably salad yet, but you will one day, and we love salad. Like, the parents, they're shaking their heads. They got a really good salad bar there.
And my grandma likes salad too.
Well, she's smart. She's a special lady. You got a special family.
Again, this is a great overall game, but what do you think you could improve on next game?
Well, it's so early in the year that we have so many things that we have to improve on if we want to have a really successful season. And, one of them is really kind of guarding just one-on-one, keeping the ball in front of us and keeping the ball out of the paint. We've really struggled with that early on in the season, but, we did much better tonight.
Take us through today's game and the win.
Man, today was big for us. Been struggling as of late. It's been hard to get a win, and being here for the 3 years I have been here, I know that it's always going to be hard to get a win. So to get a win today, and to do it in EKU fashion, as you are all known for, which is being the most exciting 40 minutes. I feel like we played hard. Well, not I feel like I know we played hard from the tip to the final buzzer, and I was glad to see that we got the result, and you guys got to see what you're accustomed to seeing.
Oh yeah, I mean, what he said. I mean, we need this in a big way. We lost a couple tough ones, and I'm not going to sit here and say we played a lot of good teams or nothing. Every team that we played, we've had a chance, I think, to win the game. just to see the team come together, happy, get a win. It's something we really needed. And, we're getting ready to go on the road and go to Eastern Illinois. And, it's a very winnable game. I think we're going to go take care of business. And I feel like, everybody, like you see everybody on the stat sheet. We had what was it? We had almost, 26 steals as a team. That's who we are. So, just to being able to see everybody going out there having fun, scoring, Mason Miles gets in, scores his first points, and that's exciting. And, man, this is just something we really need. And I'm really excited to see, how we retaliate. But, yeah, great win.
Talking about the defense, you mentioned the steals, 26 steals. How much does it make the offense easier when you guys are getting those turnovers in the transition moments?
It makes the offense easier because, seeing that we press, all game, every game, you get a steal 94 feet from the basket, then you get the steal, you just got to go up with it. You're already right there. So it fuels us as a team in general. Just the forcing turnovers. That's what we pride ourselves on. We're gonna press. So that allows the offense to get flowing. You get a couple of easy ones, guys get going, and then that's when we get the guys coming off the bench having the same energy and intensity that helps fuel. And it's a domino effect. Like you said, we had 26 steals today. We had 7 guys in double figures. So you see the impact that 26 steals had. The ball's moving around. Guys are forcing turnovers. Guys are playing hard. And I feel like playing with that intensity each and every game is what we need to have the success that we're looking forward to having.
Yeah, Coach says it every day. Our offense is our defense. We play off of our defense, and we've been struggling late to be who we are. And I feel like today was just a great game for us to be like, okay, this is what we do, and we're going to continue to do it, and we're going to win games when we do it. So being able to just see this and get this win, it's just everything we really need right now. And I think we're gonna take this and we're gonna go out there and we're gonna win some games.
It's similar to what you guys just said, but how do you feel about your defense tonight?
I feel like our defense was what we're used to doing, just playing hard, forcing turnovers, helping each other out. You see that guys were on the string, regardless if a man blows by, we have the help there. We're just playing together, and I feel like that's just really the key to our defense is communication and togetherness. When you talk and you work together, you can clean up a lot of unseen mistakes. So I feel like that was really the key to our defense tonight was communicating and just playing hard and playing relentless.
As a team, how do y'all feel about your whole performance altogether?
As a team, we feel like we played good. Like Austin said, some things we got to go back and look at, some things we got to clean up. But as a team, we feel like we played good. We were happy to get a win because, like I said, winning in college basketball is never easy. So we were just happy to get a win, see guys get guys going, just seeing everybody happy, seeing everybody playing hard. That's just the energy and the intensity we need each and every game. So we were glad to see that. So now that we know what it feels like, we're going to continue to chase that feeling.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. Our overall performance was great. We scored it well and we defended well. I feel like we jumped those guys there, I want to say late in the first half. And we kind of rattled them real well, and they turned it over a couple times, and then the rest was history. We just had to continue to do what we do, and so I would say overall, yeah, we had a great performance tonight.
So you all did great overall, but what was your game plan going into the game, and now after the game, how do you feel about that?
Our game plan going in was just from the tip, set the tone defensively, which is getting stops, being physical. We have these things called tough catches, which is, when the ball's right here and my man's right here, we got to make sure that he can't easily get that pass in. So, that's what we've been working on a lot is forcing tough catches and just being physical. And you see when we're physical, the result, we forced, like I said, we forced 26 steals. We stole the ball 26 times and we forced 31 turnovers. So just, if you do that every game, you can win any game at this level. So just doing that continuously.
Yeah, and we also got a lot of clips. We got a lot of clips clips that are teaching clips that's going to show us what we need to do to be great. And I feel like we're going to go back, we're going to watch the film on this, and we're going to jump right back into practice. And, we're going to plan for this next team, but we're going to take this and we're going to use this for the next game plan. So we're going to be like, all right, this is how we're going to go into this. Like he said, the tough catches, all the little things that we do, we're going to carry this over into the next game.
What made you guys come to EKU?
What made me come to EKU? So this is my third year at EKU. So what made me come was just seeing Coach Hamilton and the staff and how they play. And coming out of junior college, they were just big believers in me. He was on me every day. He called me. He told me the plan he had for me and just the things that he stands for on and off the court, and all those values and how he plays, how he coaches his teams is things I wanted to be a part of. So seeing that and just seeing the family atmosphere, the family culture around here, that's something that was really important to me, and I feel like this was home, and looking back, I made a great decision.
Yeah, I'll say Coach Hamilton. I mean, can't beat him. He's a really good coach, and he recruited the crap out of me, and I just knew this was the place for me, and there was a lot of good guys around this program, that built this culture, and that's something anybody wants to be a part of is winning games, and seeing how he is and how he is as a coach, and some of the guys that have been here before that I can carry off of. I mean, it's exciting, and once I seen that, and I talked to Coach, took on my visit, I just knew this was the place for me, so that's why I chose EKU. Great question.
Great question.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Need agility? The Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power? The Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Our bodies deserve more. We put them through a lot, and oftentimes the aches and the stress of everyday life can take a toll. Escape all of that and enter your sanctuary of relaxation with a trip to the massage studio in Berea. Unwind, rejuvenate, and restore balance to your body and mind with help from their expert massage therapist. Like the Massage Studio on Facebook for more information, and get back to being you.
Welcome back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. I wish you could be with us right now because the
Wake you up.
showroom,
It is pretty
I do
nice.
need some caffeine, but the showroom has some beautiful poinsettias.
I was about to say, well, those are called
all over.
poinsettias. Then they got like the poinsettias tree, and I think someone
There's a tree,
said
there's a sleigh.
someone said Santa Claus was here. I haven't
It's-
seen him. I don't
yeah.
know where he could be.
Well,
at.
he's hiding.
Is he?
And you have to be a good
Hang on a second.
boy.
What's?
You have to be a good boy.
Oh, he's right there behind me. He's right there hanging out.
Anyway, these poinsettias were bought, obviously by Jack Burford Chevrolet, but from the Madison Central cheerleaders.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's always one of the fundraisers they do every single year. So.
What is it? These are so this is like the Christmas flower, the poinsettias, or that's more of like a fall thing, right?
No, it's a winter
thing. Okay,
winter.
okay.
Like the Christmas.
What about the mums?
Mums are fall.
Mums are fall. Okay.
Mums are fall. I
There's
think
another
there's
flower,
a group that sells those.
Yeah,
too.
there's a bunch of groups. That's a good fundraiser too.
It is. It is.
Well, there's
so-
another flower too that's always a big deal. I'm trying to think of what it is that's sold every year. Maybe it's just mums that I'm thinking of.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, Easter lilies. Maybe
that's what it
Are you
is.
thinking about that? Anyway, what got me thinking about it is they're all over the showroom.
They are,
They're
yeah.
beautiful. So even if you're not coming in to buy a car, you can come in and look at the beautiful
Yeah.
poinsettias.
Well, and they've got some really good deals here right now. I know today's probably not the best day to buy a car with all the snow that's on them right now. You
Yes.
can't really see them. But there's some, I mean, I was driving by the other day and I saw all the new SUVs they've got out front. A lot to choose from. And
There is
this time of year, too, you don't really, you don't think about, I need a bigger truck or car until you get to this time of the year when the snow starts falling.
For all the
and
presents.
Those four-wheel drives, I mean, they come in handy
They
whenever
do
the
come
snow
in
is on the ground.
handy. Well, we're glad Michael's here with us now. So
Yeah,
how was
basketball
your practice?
It was good. It was good. So I'm, we've talked about it the last few weeks. I'm coaching a 5, 6, and 7-year-old basketball team over at the Y. We have practice from 5 to 6 on Monday nights, and we had our first game on Saturday. It's a lot of fun, and I love these kids. Listen, basketball. I coached middle school basketball for 1 year, and I've coached football, but basketball is where my passion's at. I mean, that's my sport. That's the sport that I played. And just seeing these kids and watching them when they hit a shot, including my own son. And so I got a little emotional. My son scored his first points in the game on Saturday morning. We had our first game. And, man, I just got a little.
Did you tear up?
I did. I got a little emotional. Yeah, because I was just like, man, this is like kind of like a dream come true moment where. And he told me, so he's actually not. I'm not going to say he's an athlete. He's 5, 6 years old. He'll be 6 in
But he can
this
dribble.
month. He can dribble. He can shoot a little bit. But he told me the other day that basketball and football were his favorite sports because
gets that
I
from
was his
you.
coach.
Oh.
Yeah. Now but he's better at baseball. Is probably his best sport. Football, he ain't got a future in that as of right now. But he's told me
He's going to
that
grow.
he will. He will.
He
Hopefully,
may be taller
hopefully.
than you
Yeah.
think.
But,
Those football boys are tall. We know from when they come in here.
Well, just saw Camden Burke on that note got another offer at the following. His senior year's over with now at Central, but he got another offer. I think it was to Georgetown. So I'm looking for some news on that front.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon with that kid making a decision. And there's a lot of kids from Madison Central and Madison Southern to that point that probably can go play at the next level. We'll see what happens there. But Moose McElwee, I mean, that's a kid that, listen, he deserves to play somewhere. I don't know where. He could play. He could put the maroon and white on, play for EKU. I know he's not the biggest kid,
right?
But that kid should go play college football somewhere. He's quick. He's strong. I mean, he plays tough. He always seems to be around the football. So that's a kid that him and just so there's probably I would say 4 or 5 seniors that could go play college football.
Right.
So we'll see what
Well,
happens.
we hope that they're getting looked at. And that is one of the reasons why we love this job. That's one of the reasons why we do this job is to get these student athletes some exposure.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and that was one of the things, at Cooks, he said at the last signing thing that we were at with Central, and Nathan and I were there. And Nathan's, I mean, he goes to a lot of stuff. We obviously can't be there for everything.
We can't be at everything.
Yeah,
It's
to
just
stream
us.
it live. But Nathan's usually at 3 or 4 games a week, taking pictures, doing his stuff. And just the coverage that the kids have here, we're excited to be a part of it with WBON and the radio stations as well. But, to that point, we had our first basketball game last week, Madison Central's boys. We'll talk more about them
fun
later
was
on.
that?
But this week, we've got boys game tomorrow, Central GRC, a top 5 matchup in the state.
Right.
And that's going to be a big deal for those two teams. But Friday night, Central Southern girls.
I know. How exciting is
Yeah.
that? Like we always, we welcome that fun rivalry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, and
girls don't really have the trash talking on Twitter sometimes
No,
the way
and
the
for
boys
Coach
do.
Byers, it's his
But
first
time
in
playing.
this rivalry.
Right.
And for Coach True, a much younger basketball team than he's really had ever in his time
Yeah.
coaching at Madison Central. Very inexperienced team. They started the season 0-3, and that's tough coming out of the gate. 3 straight games, or not, they were not back-to-back, but 3 games in the first week of the season. They lose to Mercer County, Great
Yes.
Crossing,
I
and
wrote all that
Newport
down,
Central
too.
Catholic.
Yeah.
0-3 to start the year. But as we talked about with him last week, he knew it was kind of a rebuilding season. Really only bring back one player with any kind of varsity experience, and you lose 90% of your scoring
shooters
and 90% of your rebounding. And they start the year 0-3 in a rough season thus far for Coach True in that first week.
Because I wrote it down. They have 2 seniors, 3 juniors, 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and 1 8th grader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jordan
it seems like
Miles-
a lot of our teams are bringing in, especially the girls, have brought in a lot of 8th graders.
Oh, yeah. Well, Model and Berea, I mean, a lot of their problems
boys,
is
too.
just, youth and then experience. But for Central, Jordan Miles, she was really the only player that was coming
Got
back. And
some
she wasn't
experience, right.
known as a scorer. She had some good games, but she's not a player that could probably go out there and drop 30
Right.
on a consistent night. She's got 11.5 points, 23 points through 3 games.
So they need her to step up
They
this
do.
season.
They do. Yes. So they've got to find some consistency there. They'll get the King girl back, and she'll be a big asset once she's healthy. But it'll be a bumpy season for Madison Central's girls
They're playing
as they kind of
tonight.
navigate their way through.
Yeah, they're playing tonight. I have East Jessamine, which is 0-2 as well.
Yeah, and that game's at home too. So if you're here and you're watching the show, still plenty of time. 7:30 start for that one, and then on Friday night they go over to Madison Southern. So you get a few days to prepare for that one. And even though again Central's not having the best start to their season, 0-3, Southern. They're the team. They were number 3 or 4 in the 11th region in the preseason polls. They go 1-1, and they're only lost to South Laurel 64-63 in that shootout over at Central over the weekend.
Lost by 1 point.
Yeah, and South Laurel is normally a pretty good girls basketball team. So I look forward to seeing how this team plays. Look forward to seeing them play Friday night against Madison Central. But Coach Byers, he said it was going to be an exciting brand of basketball. And you've got players like Lacey Sandlin, who's got 18 points a game through the first 2 games of the
Hadley
year.
French.
And the Brianna Hensley girl, she's a really good athlete. She's kin to Brady Hensley and his sisters that were really good athletes when they played at Central
So
and
she's
Southern.
not one of the sisters.
No, she's a cousin.
She's a cousin.
Yeah,
Got
and
it.
she is a
Everybody-
good player.
Yeah.
16.5 points for her. And of course, Hadley French
Athletic
still
genes.
trying to recover from that injury that happened early in the season or the
Well, I
off
think she
season
did
last
because
year.
Hadley French in the last game scored 17 points.
Yeah, so-
I was taking notes.
And
then-
Hadley's more of a player that can take over a game in spurts. She's always been a volume scorer, so we'll see how things
We
continue
got to
up
keep
for
her healthy.
Yes.
She's
yeah.
got to stay healthy. She deserves that.
Oh, she does.
Can
And-
you imagine how many points she'll score if she can stay healthy?
Well, at
for a
one
whole
point, we
season?
thought she might be the one to take over Samantha Cornelson's record and Brianna
Right.
Lanham. There's been some really good players come through there, but the injury kind of derailed that last year. Still, a chance for a good senior season, and this team going to have to rely on her a lot.
Yeah. She's fun to watch.
She
too.
is. She's a good shooter.
Yeah.
But when you look at what Sandlin brings, she's such a good athlete. Got good size, and of course, Lillian Kirk can shoot the ball. Maria Himes, an experienced player. So they've got some players they could turn to, and they've got some size, too, with, they've got some size they can rely on as the season goes along.
I wrote it down for them, too. 3 seniors, 0 juniors, 5 sophomores.
Yeah, and that
and
sophomore
5
class is
freshmen,
loaded.
5 freshmen, and 1 7th grader. So very inexperienced, this Madison Southern
from the
team
sophomores,
has.
you look, Hensley, Kirk. They've got some players that they can build on, but also have a good season this year.
And their last game, they played 3 seniors and 3 freshmen the whole game.
Yeah, and that don't surprise me. And Coach Byers, again, he wants to play an exciting brand of ball. They want to kind of get out and transition, and with the shooting and the athleticism that they have around Hadley, they can probably have a really good season over there in Berea. Speaking of Berea, the Berea Lady Pirates started the season 0-1, losing to Estill County last week in their first game of the year. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow with the boys. The girls will take on Sayre. But in that first game against the Lady Engineers, 12 points for Absidy Baker, 11 points for Caden Stepp, and 10 points for Plessinger. They only had 3 girls score, Samantha. It's really hard whenever you kind of put that offensive burden on just 2 or 3 players.
Yes.
So we'll see how the season plays out for them. But as Coach Stepp said last week, it'll be kind of a growing pains, learning process early on before they kind of get things figured out as they go throughout the season.
Yeah, because I'm sure I wrote this down because I'm a nerd like this. But they've got 3 seniors, 1 junior, 3 sophomores, 5 freshmen.
Yeah, they're young.
4 8th graders.
Yep.
And 3 7th graders.
And even
on
those
varsity team.
upperclassmen, the seniors and the juniors, they really don't have a ton of experience, just 2 or 3 players from last year's team.
They lost a lot.
So we'll see how things go for them. But Coach Stepp, an experienced coach, you don't want to be playing your best basketball right now, obviously.
No, obviously, no.
So still plenty of time to kind of figure things out.
Their next game is, you said it, I believe,
tomorrow night,
Sayre.
yeah.
They play Sayre, and they're, what did I wrote it down? 2-2.
2-2. And 4 games in the week for Sayre. That could be good for Berea. They only played 1, so maybe they could be rested up and ready to go. For the model girls, Coach Sutton, 2-0 to start the year. Wins over Trinity Christian and Francis Parker to start the year. So a 2-0 start to the season there. And listen, Coach Sutton said this year it's going to be another kind of season where they have a lot of young players. They got to rely on a lot of young players. But look at what they were able to do. How about Tiari Ortiz? 13.5 points per game to start the year. Addison Wakefield with 9, and Piper Moore, who's probably the most experienced player for them coming back, had 5 points per game in those first 2 wins for Coach Scotty Sutton.
And their next game, they play the homeschool team, the Wellsprings.
Wellsprings Guardians. Yep.
Yeah.
And he said, listen, their schedule's not loaded, but he wants this team to get experience and to get some confidence. And listen,
and you got to be able to play people to get your confidence.
Well, and you
got to have some wins.
And it does these girls no good to go out there and play 6A schools. They don't need to play a Madison Central during the regular season or a Frederick Douglass, because these
maybe
girls,
not until the end of the season.
Well, they'll have to in the postseason, yes.
Right.
But you want these girls to get confidence. You want them to learn how to play the game. They don't have the firepower right now.
But if they're going to beat the Centrals and the Southerns, they're going to have to play them.
I think the hope and the goal
maybe in January.
Well, as Coach Sutton and Coach Stepp both said, their goal is always to compete in that All-A Classic. When you're a smaller school and you don't have the high expectations of a Central or Southern, for Model and Berea, it's really you focus your goals on, hey, let's compete for a district title, but let's also go out there and try and win this All-A Classic. That's what they all set their goals for.
Which is soon.
Yeah, it's
coming
they
up.
actually play January 12th. They'll play LCA
about a month
at LCA, and that's usually the host of that 11th
that
region
will be
tournament.
a great game.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff can go right between now and then for them, but we'll see how Coach Sutton does. An experienced coach, guy's been around basketball for a long time. He's the AD over there, so he'll make sure that his girls are ready to go.
Model has 5 seniors, 0 juniors, 1 sophomore, 1 freshman, 8 8th graders, and 2 7th graders.
Yeah, so when you're those small schools, you got to pull up from underneath. And he talked about it last week. He said some players that had to miss games or practices, or not games yet, but had to miss practices because of volleyball or other things they're playing.
But the illness bug is going around.
It is going around.
Seems like everybody I know.
Well, this time of year always brings something. It seems like.
Yeah. So you got to have the backups. You got to have a bench.
Model at home tomorrow versus Wellspring Guardians, and again we'll try to get over there for some games. They play
Williamstown.
They school for the deaf on Thursday next week, so they got some chance to get some more wins here early on in the season. I'll tell you what, Madison Central. Again, we were there last Tuesday. The Indians look good. When we come back, we'll talk about the boys' start to the season. Indians 2-0, Madison Southern 3-0, and Models also off to a good start. So we'll look at that and discuss the boys' side of basketball when we come back. Here is, hey, Merry Christmas. Have you got my gifts ready to go yet?
No.
Nah, I didn't think so. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll talk some boys' hoops when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Need agility? The Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power? The Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Our bodies deserve more. We put them through a lot, and oftentimes the aches and the stress of everyday life can take a toll. Escape all of that and enter your sanctuary of relaxation with a trip to the massage studio in Berea. Unwind, rejuvenate, and restore balance to your body and mind with help from their expert massage therapist. Like the Massage Studio on Facebook for more information, and get back to being you. Welcome back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here. Going to talk some boys basketball. Samantha, we were there on Tuesday night of last week
against Pulaski County.
Pulaski County, Madison Central.
Such a physical game.
Oh, very, very, yeah. And Pulaski County is a physical football or physical basketball team.
Football and physical.
They are physical on the football field too. They didn't have a couple of their players in this game. Of course, they were playing in the state championship game for football on Friday night. Lost to Owensboro Catholic. Or Owensboro, one of the Owensboro teams. But Pulaski County is normally a really good basketball team. Central kind of had their way with them. A big victory for the Indians.
That coach's son was good, too.
Oh, yeah. And his nephew was good, yeah.
And nephew, yeah.
But they win 83-50 in game number 1. And then on Saturday, they go on the road in the Mr. Basketball Classic game played at GRC. They win 87-57, so Central averaging 85 points per game through these first two games, and two easy blowout victories against two teams that are pretty good. This time of year in basketball.
Yeah, and then we're up for some competition with GRC
Big one tomorrow.
coming
Big
up.
one tomorrow. Now,
I'm really excited about it because my prediction is Central's going to win.
Yeah, well,
but I think it's going to be down to the wire.
What's GRC on the year? They're normally, obviously they're a top 5 team. They've actually lost.
This is the one I didn't look up.
They lost to
so they're 2-1.
Davies County, 64-52. On Saturday, got wins over Nicholas County and Campbell County to start the year. They lost in the Mr. Basketball Classic. They were hosting it. They lost their game. Central won theirs. But these two head coaches, Josh Cook, longtime coach, state champion coach over there in Winchester. Alan Feldhouse Jr., obviously a legend for what he's done here in Richmond.
But you know
those
what
two
we've been
teams play
waiting
each
on?
other.
We have been waiting on one of our basketball teams to just – this is the first time I remember Central being deep and having enough people to shoot the ball. You can throw it to anybody and go throw it to him and shoot it. Be the shooter. Be the shooter. With Will Richardson on the outside.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
I mean, you could just say shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. You shoot it. No. Usually you're counting on one or two people.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, this year.
They've got weapons.
They got weapons.
They
You're
got
right.
4 guys averaging double digits through the first 2 games. 22 for Grayson Burton, Feldhouse 18.5, along with Luke Asher, 14 points for Richardson. And what I like about it is they kind of just in that game on Tuesday night. Feldhouse had a stretch where he took over the game.
Right.
Richardson was the same way. He had a stretch where he
All
scored
those threes.
7 or 8 points in a row. Burton had one of those. Asher.
Yeah.
And as Feldhouse said, we talked to him last week. He talked about this team, how deep it was, but the size that he's able to put out there.
Yes.
And he's normally an
so
in-your-face, tough man-to-man defense.
And this year he's
playing
doing
some zone.
both.
Yeah, he's playing some zone. Played it on Tuesday night. Didn't see the game on Saturday.
And you just
but
go, wow, not used to seeing that with Central.
And as he talked about, when
I
you've
like
got
it.
the size and the length that he
You can
has,
do that, right?
It makes it easier. Rebounding's always a big deal in high school basketball. When you're playing the athletes of a Douglas or a Bryan Station or a Great Crossing, you need to be able to rebound the basketball.
Right.
With the size they have, they can still play zone and still be able to rebound.
Right. You could tell by the fourth quarter that it's the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
They were all,
Kinda
you know,
wind
when it
down,
was
yeah.
free throw time, they were all had their hands on
I
their
was
legs.
watching the way they were
leaning over.
playing, and Central
It
was fast-paced, too.
The whole game
Yeah.
was fast-paced. And I
Well,
thought, wow, they're
and-
still not quitting.
You know, Joseph Powers played good. Cam Steele, again, he's just going to be steady. Cam Steele. You don't need Cam to do a whole lot. You just need him to bring the ball up the floor and play good defense
set
and
the
knock down the
offense.
open shot
Yeah.
every now and then. That's what
Yeah.
you need Cam Steele to do
Yeah,
because
he needs to be
there's so
calm and
many
just
weapons around
direct
him.
it.
Yeah, he can just kind of take care of the ball, be the steady point guard
Yeah.
that Coach Feldhouse needs him to be, and lead
And I
the way.
think he's doing it.
Oh yeah,
I do. But what about Grayson Burton?
yeah. The transfer from Knox
The
Central.
transfer.
Man, he has got some range on him. And I was talking to somebody over the weekend about him, and they said that when the kid comes across the free throw line on the other end, he's in range. Like, that's how deep he can shoot the basketball. You have got to guard him the full length of the floor because he can make it look easy. He can knock it down with ease from half court. That's how good his shot is.
So here's the thing. So these opposing teams coming in, I've always had a game plan, at least last year, that they were going to double team, triple team Jake Feldhouse.
Yeah, especially when Asher went out.
Yeah. So now they're still double teaming him, but then moving over and double teaming Grayson.
Yeah, it's hard to defend this team that Central's got. Obviously, we'll see as some of these big games come across. This week, listen to this schedule. GRC, top 10 matchup. Bryan Station, top 10 matchup for Madison Central this week. They play in the Bluegrass Basketball Invitational.
Yep.
That's a Hall of Fame game there. They'll take on Bryan Station at Montgomery County coming up later on.
You know what was interesting? Listening to Coach Feldhouse last week in his interview, you know, sometimes he is very picky in selecting all of these classic tournaments that he goes to because if he doesn't have the best of team this early in the season, he doesn't want to put them out there to be disappointed, you know, and show, you know, he wants the confidence builder.
Yeah.
And he said they've been invited to all of these
All the
classic
big ones,
tournaments, all the big ones.
Including the King of the Bluegrass, which is the big one.
Big one. And they're going.
Yeah.
And they're going. And that tells us exactly what he thinks of this team.
The expectations
They're
are
gonna
there for
make a
them to
run.
have a deep postseason
Yes.
run. So we'll see how things go.
And we don't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it.
As for the opponents in the district, Madison Southern, 3-0 start for the Eagles with Coach Wright leading the way there. 84-34 win over Bluegrass United. They knock off Bath County easily. And then a 9-point win over Paris to close out the week for Madison Southern. Of course, Coach Wright, another legendary state championship winning coach, now in his third year with the Eagles. And Jordan Dunaway leading the way with 14.7 points per game, the big guy down low for Madison Southern.
And he had 9 rebounds.
Yeah, he's off to a great start. And then you got Blake Bonham coming in, averaging 12 points per game. They've also got 4 guys in double digits with Derek Helton and Tucker Nobby, the younger brother of Kaysen Nobby, also getting double figures in those first 3 wins for Madison Southern. And you talked about Dunaway. Yeah, 6.3 rebounds a game for him. And then Luke Daniels bringing down 7.7 rebounds through those first 3 games. Daniels is also scoring 9 points a game, so a near double-double there. So for Southern, they've got some size themselves. They've got some shooters. They've got a little bit of inexperience. When you look at all the guys they lost last year.
Nobby, Whitaker, they're 2 top scorers.
Yes, yeah. So you lost a lot.
You lost a lot.
And you bring back an inexperienced basketball team, but off to a great start.
Yeah. And just think how many points Nobby would have gotten if he would have didn't have the injury.
Yeah. Which is so to get injured in I think it was the last game or second to last game of the regular season.
And you could hear. Yeah. And you just knew he was so disappointed.
Yeah, it's
you knew.
And he's now playing at Berea College.
Yeah,
so glad
that's
to see him.
exciting with his fellow.
Yeah, the Hudson twins.
Fellow twins.
Yeah, the coach, and then former coach of him, Austin Newton, over there leading the way for them.
And they're having a good season.
They are. Yeah, they're off to a good start too.
Yeah.
As for the Eagles and their next game, they've got a good big one coming up too. Samantha trying to keep this hot start going
at home.
They'll take on Franklin County this week on Thursday night, and then at Lincoln County they'll play Southwestern. We'll be there for the model game next Tuesday for Madison Southern.
And they're playing in a classic too. That Lincoln County game is the Patriot Classic.
Yes.
So they've been invited to some classic tournaments as well. So it's kind of fun.
Model just 1 game last week. They defeated Bergen 84-57, and they got off to a good start
win.
too. 3 players in double figures for them. 21 points for John Bowling. Jaden Bingham and Landon Mayo all getting in double figures. Riley Millette with 7. The senior who we expect big things.
Too.
Yeah. So, Model off to a good start. And listen, just again, you want to build confidence early on in the season. Patriots, and as both Coach Evans said last week, you want to build toward this All-A Classic. You know how hard it's going to be for one of these, these single-A schools to pull off an upset over a Southern or a Central. But Model feels like they've got a team that, if they get the right draw. Listen, Model and Berea both feel like they could probably beat Madison Southern this year. And on a good night, maybe they can compete with a Madison Central.
Because of the
but the youth and the experience that Southern has, Berea and Model kind of both bring back experienced teams. They do,
Yeah, they play them. Central doesn't, but Model
they play
does
Southern next week. It's the first game we'll be at for Model. So we'll see them in action again. That'll be the first game that we'll have for Madison Southern or Model next week.
Didn't Model lose like 4 of their...
They lost a couple of players, but they bring back Millette, who's the big one, and they got the Bingham kid back, who is also off to a great start this year. The Berea Pirates, Coach Fields back at the helm for them. They lose to Southwestern in the first game, but turn around and beat Eminence 80-72 over the weekend to get to 1-1 on the year. They'll play LCA at LCA this week on Thursday. We'll be there next Friday for them when they play Breathitt County, my old alma mater, or not my alma mater, my hometown. There you go.
Your
hometown team.
Okay, gotcha, yeah. So they've got 8 seniors on this team.
And they're very experienced.
Their experience level is
That's
through
what I'm saying.
roof.
Between them and Model, they feel like they've got the experience notch over a young Madison Southern team to where this year, even if they were to draw a Madison Southern in that district tournament, they feel like they can compete.
Now, out of those 8 seniors, they had 2 of the seniors start last year. So some of them aren't as experienced as the others. But they've been practicing with the team for years. They know this Coach Fields and how his game plans are and how his, what his thoughts are. So hopefully they're going to have a great season.
Well, losing Hemingway hurts. He transferred, I believe, to Henry Clay, but you still got Jake Mills, who was a guy that came off the bench last year and played well. Wiley Reed, Liam Brewer, and Blevins. They've got some guys they can rely on, and they're very, senior-laden, heavy team. They feel like they can compete this season for Coach Fields.
Hopefully it'll be some good mentorship for all the freshmen that they've got. They've got 4 freshmen.
They got a good young team, too, coming up.
Yeah.
Pirates again play at LCA on Thursday, at Corbin next Tuesday. We'll be there during the Berea Holiday Classic on Friday when they take on
I need to be writing all that
County.
down, don't I? You just need to tell me where I need to be.
I'll tell you where
when.
to be and what time to show up. So just tomorrow,
Because
Central.
I'm not remembering all that.
Listen, tomorrow,
I know
Madison Central
tomorrow.
GRC. Or on Friday this week, Southern Central girls. So just show up.
Both games are going to be fabulous.
They will be. They will be.
Yeah.
We'll close things
And
out.
we'll
We'll
be
talk a
there.
little Christmas. Listen, it's that time of the year. Have you done any Christmas stuff yet?
I've done a lot of Christmas shopping. I think I have one more thing.
Hang on a second.
today.
You've done a lot of Christmas shopping, but you haven't got my present.
You don't have mine.
You don't know that. You haven't even asked
I'm getting
me.
you what I got you last year.
I'm still using that one, so we're good.
We just had some Beagle fans in here. Did you notice that?
I feel sorry for them.
They
I feel
wrote that
sorry
on their
for Bengals.
Bengal
Listen,
gear.
if you are a Kentucky basketball, football, and then a Bengals fan,
It's been a
rough
year.
few months. But
Did you add Kentucky basketball to that?
I did, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Kentucky basketball,
Yeah.
football, and Bengals. Yeah, it's been a rough couple of months, but we'll look ahead to some brighter days with Christmas upon us, and we'll talk more when we come back. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching the
And we
Jack
got some
Burford
winners.
Chevrolet Sports Show. We do.
We're going to announce some winners.
You know what they say. Every great season starts with a strong lineup. Need agility? The Trailblazer cuts through traffic like a wide receiver in the red zone. Power? The Silverado handles work and tailgates like a linebacker on a mission. And if you're ready to go electric, the Equinox EV has the range to go all the way. No matter your game plan, Jack Burford Chevrolet has the vehicle that suits your drive. Stop in, suit up, and let's kick off your next adventure.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience.
We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store.
Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come.
And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Our bodies deserve more. We put them through a lot, and oftentimes the aches and the stress of everyday life can take a toll. Escape all of that and enter your sanctuary of relaxation with a trip to the massage studio in Berea. Unwind, rejuvenate, and restore balance to your body and mind with help from their expert massage therapist. Like the Massage Studio on Facebook for more information, and get back to being you. Back in on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins. And Samantha, with all the stuff that we do here, obviously no basketball last Friday because we had the parade, the Richmond parade on Friday, and then on Saturday we had the Berea Christmas parade. Fun time. Those are always fun.
Was fun.
Listen,
it was cold, but it was fun.
Do you have? Yeah, I left early. I tried. I told guys I tried to stick it out, but my toes just couldn't handle it anymore.
It was my hands because we do. You
have to reach over.
Kelly and ride Kansas a stack of 10 cards, and then I take mine. I pass one to him. Take one, pass it to Kelly. Take one, pass it to Kelly.
Well,
so yeah, my hands. I can't do that with gloves.
For you, is there one thing, whether it be a movie or something that you just when you see it, or is there something that you do every year that okay, it's this time of year, like it's Christmas time?
Well, yeah, back in October, the Hallmark Channel started in on all their
shows?
Christmas movies in October, and I was ready for it. And I think that's why I put my tree up. Well,
so
one
early?
of the reasons why my tree was up and decorated November 9th.
Wow, okay, that is early.
I actually did it probably the 8th, but I finished it on the 9th.
Yeah, I think ours was probably mid-November. It was definitely before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But for me, like the moment when I know, okay, it's Christmas time, 106.7 The Pinnacle, they start playing Christmas music.
But that's the day
at midnight on Halloween. So
it's
that's
on
when
Halloween.
It's on Halloween. The midnight at Halloween. So it's November 1st, but like
that's
it's midnight at Halloween when the clock strikes midnight.
Okay,
Christmas music.
now I got what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
that's to me like
I was like, they don't play it Halloween Day.
No, it's at midnight.
I got you.
That's when it kind of like okay, Christmas time is here. Now I don't start really doing anything with it, but with the kids, you'll have them every other weekend doing things with them, and I've got some stuff lined out for this weekend. But to me, listen, the Elf.
The movie.
No.
No.
The elf thing that it moves around every night. That has
that elf.
Mm-hmm.
Elf on the Shelf.
Elf on the Shelf. Yeah, it's
that was a lot of fun with my kids. Yeah.
Did you have Elf on the Shelf?
Yes,
See, I didn't have that when I was growing up.
And the boy.
Okay, so you had one of each.
The little girl elf had her skirt.
There's only been one show up at my house thus far, thankfully, because it's a pain in the butt sometimes to wake up and
the elf flies around. You're not allowed to touch it.
You
know that.
Yeah, you gotta. And so he's done different
really bad things sometimes.
Today at my house, he was actually he was having like a little get together. He had dressed up as one of the K-pop demon hunters, and he was having like a concert for the other stuffed animals and toys at my kid's house. So
K-pop,
yeah. Have you ever seen K-pop demon hunter? It's a big show right now.
It is a big show, but no.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Yeah, luckily. Yeah, that's the thing. But you've got Friday at the parade, no games. But talk about, so we've got some winners from the Richmond Parks and Recreation.
They announced their winners just a few minutes ago. And we just want to say a huge congratulations to Best Overall Central Kentucky Industrial how exciting
Yeah.
for them. If you remember, they're the red truck. They blew all the bubbles.
The bubbles, yeah. They had the snow
They had
coming
the
down.
arches with all the snow
And the
everywhere
lights, yeah.
and the lights.
Very, very well put together float, too.
Now, I mean, and it's not just, I'm not picking these. So they actually have judges, like 4 or 5 judges for the Richmond Christmas parade. So it wasn't me picking all these.
Yeah, they got to sit up in the warm.
It would have been
on Friday
very
nights.
difficult, I think, to have
To
picked
pick
all
one,
these.
yeah.
Yes. And then the best business float was Commonwealth Credit Union. We should have figured all this out before we got to the show because we can't really show you the picture
pictures,
while we're talking
Well, we did
about
make a
it.
post, though. So did Richmond Parks and Recreation. You can see the pictures
You
of the
can
floats.
go on their
Yeah.
Facebook page and find it out. But Commonwealth Credit Union, I mean, theirs is designer. It is gorgeous.
Very well put together float.
Very well put together. It lights up. It's got that big sled. It's got the reindeer that move. And then the best civic float was the Kentucky Bluegrass Cloggers. They had a big snowman with all the cloggers, and the cloggers were dressed as snowmen, and they put on a show right there in front of our Richmond Park and Recreation area every year while we do the parade.
Yeah.
It's always fun. They always have a good time. Now,
This was your choice.
this was my choice and Kelly Wallingford's choice. Babcon, we picked them.
Yep.
They had the minions because they were all, it's Babcon Electric. They all moved, all the little minions. This year's theme was Songs of Christmas. So
Yes.
every float had their music playing
Different,
loudly. And there was one float that had a Frosty, and it was a DJ.
Oh, yeah, that was
He would
Rockstar
talk to-
Inflatables. Yeah.
Yeah, and they would
Yeah.
talk to us. So, yeah, that was pretty cool, too. So,
And then the final one is special recognition
Intersis.
And this
yeah.
guy was pretty cool. So they had like their trolley or whatever it is
trolley.
coming down, and they were actually singing Christmas carols as they made their way down. That was a pretty good
Which
one,
was
too.
so nice
Yeah.
because, like I said, it was the
Yeah.
songs of Christmas.
Do you
so.
have a favorite song? Like, is there one song that you just really enjoy this time of year?
I mean, you can't go wrong with Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas."
You can go
right?
wrong with that. You
don't-
can. That's
You don't like it because you can't hit that high notes, or what?
how's it go? I don't know. I guess.
I'm
yeah.
not singing it, but I can sing it in the car by
It's
myself.
time like that. Is that what they go? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What's
My favorite.
yours?
Me and the kids have been rocking out to "You Make Every Day Feel Like It's Christmas" by the Jonas
Okay.
Brothers. They like that one.
they like the
They will
Jonas
literally ask
Brothers.
for it when they get in the car.
I
For
can see
me,
Reagan liking that.
so I like the funny ones. Montgomery Gentry does the First Noel, I think is what it's called. That's a funny one, but it's a good little I can just picture my family around the table and when that song's playing. Merry Christmas from the Whole Fam Damily by Cletus T. Judd. He's a
You
that's
play
like
that
from the
for your
90s.
kids?
No. I mean they probably, but
They
they haven't
probably
paid
have
attention
heard
to me.
it,
Yeah.
I would say,
But
because you probably sing it.
the classics, we wish, or the Go Tell It on the Mountain. It's a big song. I used to sing that in church a lot back in the day. There's some
I do
good
love
ones.
our station that plays.
Yeah, the Pinnacle. Yeah.
That-
Because
and
you
it's
get a lot of
106.7.
Yeah, or as the kids say, 6-7. You know,
You know, we did do that during the parade.
You did?
They
Did Kelly do it too?
something- I don't think he did.
Yeah,
it,
he
but
probably-
I
he
did
probably
it.
not
I
hit
said,
the-
"Give
with
it
all
back
the-
to him.
Yeah,
Give it back to him."
Well, the kids were, they were there with me that night. There was a float walking down that was doing the 6-7, and they would like explode candy onto you.
Oh,
that was
that's
kind of
great.
funny. But
Well, Kelly, at the beginning of the parade said, everybody's giving things to our mayor, the Richmond mayor,
Yeah.
Robert Blythe, and we weren't getting any goodies. They were giving him all the goodies.
Oh,
and then
listen,
I
it's
think
good to have the
someone
mayor on
heard
your
us.
side.
Yeah,
Oh,
they heard
okay.
us, and then we got
Started
piles
bringing y'all
of
stuff,
stuff.
yeah. well, it was a great parade.
It was a
Again,
great
We are
parade.
going to have replays of both the Richmond
Lots
and
of
the Berea
replays.
parades. We'll get that schedule posted up for you tomorrow. I'll let you know when.
I will say
and
the
where those are gonna
replays
be at.
will be better.
Yes, the Berea parade was fine. The Richmond parade, we had some internet issues during the
Internet
parade, so we had
issues.
some lagging and stuff. So it'll
But
be better.
we recorded
on,
it
yes.
differently,
Yeah.
so the lag won't be there.
Correct. When you have the replay, you'll see all the fine
Right.
stuff that went on.
So we need to delete the
Special
old ones,
thanks
get
to
the
all
new
of our great
ones.
sponsors. Go by and see them this time of year.
Yes.
If you're looking for a new mower, Bishop Small Engine Repair, looking for a great vehicle here at Jack Burford Chevrolet.
They've already got the bows on them.
A gift card to Nuevo, get a massage, whatever the case might be. And thanks to all of our great sponsors. We'll see you tomorrow night and Friday for basketball, here next Monday for the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.